When I moved down to Florida from up north, there were lots of factors that we took into consideration. One of them, unfortunately, was crime. It's not exactly an enjoyable topic to discuss, but unfortunately a very real concern on the minds of so many people. So if Manatee County is a county that you're considering moving to, just how safe is it compared to the rest of Florida? Well, let's take a look.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do?
Let me first state that the idea of how safe is Manatee County that I'm presenting here is based on data and its comparison to the rest of the state. While I have my own personal thoughts and feelings on the topic, I'll save those to the end and let you know exactly when I shift from real data to personal input. I don't want to confuse those two. Also, a little bit more about the methodology used here. First, in doing this research, I found two difficult obstacles to overcome. First, reporting. There doesn't seem to be any uniformity in how crimes are reported and calculated. Most law enforcement agencies are using the same categories like murder, robbery, arson, etc., but they apparently are not required to report this information to a central organization. Florida Department of Law Enforcement, or FDLE, compiles crime statistics, but not every agency reports to them, which makes the information difficult to find. For the purposes of this video, I pulled all the data reported, but then needed to contact about 25 different law enforcement agencies around the state and make a formal public request for the information. Second obstacle I found, whether you want to hear it or not, is the potential for bias in reporting statistics. Money and politics play an important role in what information gets shared, how it's shared, and how it may be skewed to fit the agenda of a specific group. I don't need to get into all the politics here, but most of us know that two different news stations could report the same incident and it would sound completely, drastically different. I'll leave it at that. As we go through the reporting here, and I don't mean to be building suspense, but it's difficult to correctly analyze the data if you have doubts about its origin. The report is laid out where I list the crime rate for the top 5 worst counties in Florida and then include Manatee County for comparison purposes. I took the number of specific crimes, gathered the population census data for all the counties, and am reporting a number based on 100,000 people. This seemed like the most accurate way to portray the information across every county. So here we go. This first graph shows the number of murder-manslaughter incidents that occurred in 2024. DeSoto County took the top spot, followed by Highlands and Citrus counties. Levy and Gulf counties tied for the next spot. Comparatively, Manatee County comes in at 3.2. The next graph shows the number of forcible sex offenses. Here, Taylor County led the way, followed by DeSoto, Alachua, Leon, and Duval. Manatee came in lower here as well at 15.9. This chart shows the number of robbery incidences per 100,000 people. Alachua took the top spot here, followed by Duval, Leon, and Miami-Dade. Manatee came in at 46.7. Here we're looking at the number of aggravated assault incidents per 100,000 people. First was Duval, followed by Taylor County, Alachua, Leon, and Baker counties. By comparison, Manatee County had 142.4. Who wants to talk about burglary? Here you'll see Taylor County tops the list, followed by Duval, Alachua, Madison, and Highlands. Manatee comes in with a lower 110. Next up is motor vehicle theft. Here you'll see that Duval takes the lead, followed by Miami-Dade, Taylor, Alachua, and Leon counties. By comparison, Manatee comes in at 111.3. Moving on to the fire starters. Taylor County takes the top spot here, followed by Duval, Hernando, Union, and Flagler counties. Manatee County is at 0.5. The next one is eye-opening to just how bad the drug epidemic is: drug offenses. Here, Putnam County takes the top spot, followed by Baker, DeSoto, Taylor, and Monroe. Manatee County sits much lower at 266.6. Lastly, we'll look at weapons offenses. Duval County is first, followed by Putnam, Taylor, Marion, and Leon counties. By comparison, Manatee is at 29.9. Now, that's a lot of information to digest, I know. The reason I bring it to light is because I've looked at how other real estate agents are providing information. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of positives that we take for granted, but the way I look at it is if I'm going to plan a life for my family, then I want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly about where we're going to be moving to. It's for that reason that we took a little trip into the less sunny parts of living in the Sunshine State. My personal take on crime in Manatee County is not very controversial. In fact, it's no different than any other city or any other place I've lived in my entire life. There are nice parts of town, and there are not so nice parts of town. The data I've shown here defends what I've seen in that drugs are a growing issue, both due to the individual user and the crimes that are committed in the pursuit of more drugs. Overall, it seems the world is a dangerous place to live, but I don't feel any less safe in Manatee than I do in any other areas that I travel. If this information has been helpful, I'd encourage you to subscribe to this channel so you're made aware of any new content being posted. If I can answer any questions for you as you contemplate a move to the area, feel free to reach out to me at 941-677-8798, and thanks for watching.